Barbados. He may seem carefree and easy-breezy at first glance, but when things get serious, so does he. And I've got to give him credit. The man's got taste when it comes to drinking. Truly a god worthy of Mondstadt. Sounds like I'm talking about myself? You flatter me. I'm nothing next to the Animo Archon himself. Back when I first met Razer, he was only a few inches taller than the wolf pups of Wolvendom. Yeah, he could barely lift a great sword. But even then, teaching him how to use it was easier than learning how to talk with him. Must have taken me at least half a year to get the hang of it. All these years later, and he's made so many friends of his own. Oh, how time flies. I'll keep my lips sealed where she's concerned. Don't want to get scolded for being a blabbermouth. There's ice in that glare of hers. If there's anything you want to know, you're better off asking her yourself. I think that by now, she should be ready to talk about the past with you. So, he still won't return to the Knights. Fair enough. The wind in Mondstadt has always been free to come and go as it pleases. He has the freedom to not come back, and by the same token, I have the freedom to keep pestering him to rejoin. Still, I probably shouldn't push my luck. If I nag him too much, he could put me on Don Winery's blacklist. Now that would be a real crisis. I know how much Master Krepis meant to Kaeya. That tragic incident was no less devastating for him than for his adopted brother. But even after enduring such injustice and fraternal strife, he still chose to remain with the Knights, ended up playing a key role in exposing Eric's corruption too. Since he chose to trust us, I also choose to trust him, no matter what lies in his past. You know, I've always felt that Jean's got the talent and temperament to be a way better Grandmaster than I am. But no matter how hard I try to convince her, she always insists that she's not qualified enough. Her and me both. I was pretty young myself when I took up the mantle. Honorary Knight, if you get the chance, could you try talking her around? You think I'm trying to dump all my work onto Jean? Absolutely not. Perish the thought. I would never. Really? Swear on a glass of wine. There's no need for that, is there? Even I was surprised by her innate strength. I heard she's learning the sword from Jean now. After she's mastered both single and two-handed sword styles, I wonder if she might be able to inherit my... Oh? She chucked her sword straight up into the ceiling last time. All right then. Guess we need to schedule a few more training sessions for her. Feels like every other day that rascal's causing some kind of ruckus. I used to think he was like a younger me, eager to fight strong foes and win glory. Turns out, he's just into the fighting part. Couldn't care less about the glory. Well, at least when he's fighting the enemy, it keeps him busy. Otherwise, he'll be digging traps to ambush me out of boredom. When you're lost in life, you need a mentor to guide you. And when you're lost on a march, you need a map. By that logic, you could say Mika's my mentor. I tried telling that joke to Mika, but he went pale as a sheet. Honestly, he should have more confidence in himself. After all, not everyone could be a knight. I've been planning to send someone to Dorman Port to receive the troops, but Eula told me she had already arranged it. I reviewed the schedule, and everything was handled perfectly. I hadn't expected her to be so thorough, and this time she never mentioned vengeance even once. Nothing makes me happier than seeing our knights grow. She's a ball of energy, isn't she? As our outrider and gliding champion, she's usually active around the outskirts of Mondstadt, helping those in need. She's the first knight of Favonius most visitors will meet, meaning she's practically the public face of the organization. She was the first knight you met too. Oh, that's our Amber. When Albedo first arrived in Mondstadt, he struck me as one of those model kids that all parents wish their own children were more like. So modest, so well-mannered. But to put it another way, he seemed quite reserved and cautious. I was hoping he'd learn to loosen up a bit. I mean, after all, how can you call yourself the City of Freedom if people aren't comfortable just being themselves? Well, I may have gotten more than I bargained for, because these days he'll even rib me about my painting skills. I'm not gonna lie. When I first got reports about Durin's resurgence, my heart skipped a beat. I was about to send a crack team back home to defend Mondstadt. Thankfully, the new Durin is nothing like the old Durin. And what was once one of the greatest threats to Mondstadt is now one of our most reliable allies. Fate sure is an unpredictable force, huh? You never know which way the wind will blow next. Our Spark Knight is getting better and better at escaping the solitary confinement room, isn't she? Seems like she's been taking my teachings to heart. Maybe I could even learn a thing or two from her. Forget I said that. I was talking about, painting techniques. Yeah, you're not gonna tell Jean or Albedo about this, are you? Please, don't tell Alice either. Thanks. Of all the titles Alice holds, the one I envy most is Adventurer of Many Worlds. I traveled plenty in my youth, but when I hear her describe the things she's seen, most of it is beyond my ability to even imagine. I wonder if I'll get a chance to broaden my horizons after I step down as Grandmaster. Though it's an open question if I'll still have the energy for it by then. There's a lot of things I'd like to learn from Nicole. With her incredible sense of direction, I'd never have to worry about getting lost on an expedition. And that telepathic communication ability would be really handy for sending covert messages across the battlefield. What's that? Waste of an angel's powers? Hey, they're very practical applications. I once glimpsed a reflection of the future in Barbeloth's scryglass. She said it was a vision that fate itself was trying to show me. But did fate also foresee that I would try to change it? And did it predict the way things would finally turn out? My answer is that there's no need to dwell on it. Overthinking things will only slow my sword. Whatever fate shows me, I'll still do whatever I believe is right. When I first met Aino, I was worried about her. Didn't seem right for such a young child to grow up on her own and not cry. Only later did I realize I had it all wrong. She's not alone, and she definitely doesn't need anyone to worry about her. Every child finds their own way to grow up, and worrying about them because of our preconceived ideas won't do them any good. When I asked her to deliver that letter to you, I had no idea about everything she'd been through. A soul born in captivity who ultimately surmounted her curse and secured her freedom. I'm telling you, when her story reaches Mondstadt, it'll go down as one of the great epics. Whether it's Lady Vanessa or the Flower Feather clan, people are always inspired by tales of breaking free of your shackles in pursuit of freedom. People often confuse chivalry with the aristocratic code. Now, given how the aristocracy of Old Mondstadt conducted themselves, there was a time when I wouldn't have let ideas like that slide. But if all aristocrats were like Flins, I'd be happy to share a drink with them any day of the week. The Northern Intelligence Network was a great help to our expeditionary force when we arrived in Nodcry. I intend to maintain our fruitful collaboration going forward. Even thought of a codename for myself. Lupus Majorus, huh? Pretty cool, right? She may gripe a lot, but once she gets to work, she's ruthlessly efficient. You know someone's got true grit when they can make a name for themselves as treasure hunter in a rough and tumble place like Nodcry. I have half a mind to recruit her to the Knights, but that would mean poaching her from her current boss, and she probably wouldn't want to switch jobs anyway. I was even thinking of offering to double her pay, but it's probably better not to ask. Whether as a human or as a god, the Pyro Archon is a formidable warrior worthy of respect. If I'd been born in that land, I wonder if I'd have had the chance to cross blades with her while she was still human. But then I wouldn't be able to protect Mondstadt, would I? No, that wouldn't do. I suppose it's just as well. I only met him once, but... Really? A Knight of Conria. Sentinel Knight Thrain, huh? Sounds like he took his destiny into his own hands.